Taco Tuesday edition, the All-Star Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Man, we got a lot to do and a short time to do it. You know how we get started, but I'm going to, I got a little surprise for you at the top of segment 2. I have a surprise for y'all at the top of segment 2. So if you follow Snowman Multimedia on TikTok, you know what's coming. And speaking of what's coming, this is what's coming. It's called The Whip Around, presented by Fanatics. And we start in Seattle, where the All-Star Game pitchers have been named. Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks and Garrett Cole from the New York Yankees will get the start in tonight's All-Star Game. I want to see how far both of these pitchers can go, because when I first got into All-Star games, I saw names like Dave Steve, Lamar Hoyt, and they would go 3 or 4 innings and would have no problem doing it. So let's see how far they go tonight. Of course, everyone has to play. That's the thing. But for once, I want to see starting pitchers be selfish and give a good 5 innings. Can we get that, please? Just once. Shohei Ohtani, Major League Baseball's most coveted player, is focused on the season, not free agency. And the Angels season is about to bite the dust without Mike Trout in the lineup, which prompts the question, after this year, where does he go? And it also prompts the question, without Trout in the lineup, does he get moved at the deadline? Those are 2 very important questions involving Shohei Ohtani. And it would be weird to see him not in an Angels uniform next year, or not in an Angels uniform for a part of this year. But I guarantee you, if the Angels make a move with Ohtani and they move him before the deadline, he's a rental for one team while he seeks out a better contract. Portland Trail Blazers general manager Joe Cronin expresses patience for Damian Lillard trade talks. I've wanted to talk about this, and I think I'll do that this afternoon. So I'll send a note to my wonderful executive producer, Cole Johnson, who did the thumbnail, by the way, if y'all saw it before we got started today. I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah, I said it. I don't think he's going anywhere, because to me, he requested a trade 3 years too late. And why do I say 3 years? Well, actually 4 seasons too late. Why do I say that? Because the Trailblazers had a chance to get to the NBA Finals, and they got a foot put in them by Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Of course, I'm talking about 2019. He should have expressed a trade then, or should have expressed wanting a trade when they traded his partner, CJ McCollum, to New Orleans. They have got nothing back yet. Nothing. And I don't think they will if they move Damian Lillard. Sean Casey, the former left-handed hitting all-star, now has a job as hitting coach for the New York Yankees. Maybe he'll wake the bats up. Just maybe. Just maybe. He'll wake the bats up. You know, I would love for that. I'd love to see what Sean Casey can do for this Yankees team, because they've been inconsistent at the plate. And that's the best that I can tell you right now about the New York Yankees. Inconsistent at the plate. Now, granted, they're still competing for a playoff berth, but inconsistency is not a good thing at all. Chris Eubanks has pulled off another Wimbledon upset. The 27-year-old Atlanta native and former Georgia Tech standout, who had spent most of his pro career toiling in the minor leagues, pulled off another significant upset Monday in the round of 16, taking out number 5 Stefanos Tsitsipas 3-6, 7-6, 3-6, 6-4, and 6-4. After getting thoroughly outplayed for the first part of the match, but staying in it thanks to a double fault by his opponent in the second set tiebreaker, Eubanks managed to break serve late in the fourth set and push the match to a decider. Then he broke again straight away to start the fifth set as his one-handed backhand caught fire and put him in the lead for the first time. Though Eubanks lost that break with a rare poor serve game, he got it right back immediately with a flurry of spectacular ground strokes and then served out the match despite some obvious nerves. Man, this guy ranked 123 in the world to start the year. 123. Eubanks is now guaranteed to be in the top 35 next week and has a good chance to be seeded at the U.S. Open. He'll also take home, ready for this, at least $436,000 for making the quarterfinals, which would be more than a third of his $1.2 million career earnings prior to 2023. 6'7" tall. Isn't done yet. He'll play number 3 seed and U.S. 2021 U.S. Open champion Daniil Medvedev. I hope I said that right. But man, he says, I feel like I'm living a dream right now. And it was broadcasting that got him started. You know, I'll do more on this afternoon. Because I am enthralled by what Chris Eubanks is doing. I am really enthralled by that. And finally, Kansas City Chiefs superfan Chief Saholic arrested on bank robbery charges after going on the run. Good. They caught him, put him in jail, put him under the jail because you just don't steal from people and get away with it. That is the Whip Around presented by Fanatics. Take a break, and when you all get back, history was made at the Home Run Derby. What kind of history? You'll find out as we have Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson for you. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
CSTV will air the Big Three, and I'll call the doggone games. Ice Cube, bring your show out west, and we'll handle it. I am making a public plea right now. You want some fair coverage? CSTV will air your games, all of them, and I'll call as many as I can. We'll do a simulcast, television and radio. It's an area I know best. Television and radio. And yeah, I'm putting it all the way out there. So you know what, Ice Cube? I'll make this plea right now. Me, a small-time YouTuber, a small-time broadcaster, according to a lot of people, which I don't listen to, put your games on CSTV. Put your games on CSTV. Give us a little funding, and we'll do the rest.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Now, I'm known as the guy who can fix just about anything, but the technology in most appliances requires very special training to fix. And that's why my family has Choice Home Warranty.
Choice Home Warranty covers over 25 major home systems and appliances. That's your AC, heating, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and so much more.
Call Choice Home Warranty now before something breaks down.
Get protection for your heating, AC, plumbing, kitchen and laundry appliances, and more.
Call 800-973-6121.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Yes, it is. It is indeed Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson on this Tuesday, 13 after the hour. We got the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby recap coming in just a moment. Later on, Victor Wembanyama has been shut down. Surprise, surprise. And then in the Snowman's Take, I've got to go in, and I'm going to do it again this afternoon in more detail about the Northwestern scandal. I never thought a scandal would hit my beloved Northwestern Wildcats. This portion of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is brought to you in part by Recruiting Giants. At Recruiting Giants, our mission is to connect exceptional talent with exceptional companies. We strive to provide innovative and tailored staffing solutions to help organizations build successful teams. By leveraging our expertise and extensive network of industry professionals, we aim to drive growth, foster long-term partnerships, and positively impact the success of both our clients and candidates. We are dedicated to delivering exceptional service, exceeding expectations, and becoming the preferred staffing partner for businesses looking to recruit top talent. For more information, email Mark Zanetto, my good buddy, at info@recruitinggiants.com or call 336-587-3659. Recruiting Giants, where talent meets opportunity. Okay, if you follow Snowman Multimedia on TikTok, I gave a little preview of what is going to happen. We'll get to the Fanatics feedback zone in just a moment. But as I said, if you follow Snowman Multimedia on TikTok, I have a little surprise. I'm going to do a live product review of a gift that Ryan McCoffey sent me. And it's Invader Coffee, one of the sponsors of the show. And he sent me the Mexican chocolate blend. I've already brewed it. I didn't sweeten it as much as I usually do. I'm trying to cut back on that, like I said on the afternoon show. So here we go. Cheers. Damn. Okay, I'm hooked. You can definitely smell the aroma of the Mexican chocolate is the first thing that hits you. But I am inclined to say that this would probably be the only brand of coffee I would not sweeten, because if I sweeten it the way I usually do, and I usually have a lot of it, it takes away from the flavor of the coffee itself. Now I'm beginning to understand why a lot of people drink it black. It's an acquired taste, and it's something that I know I have to get used to. But for the benefit of my belly, because I had just beaten cancer and everything, I may lessen the sweetener I put in here. So if y'all have any suggestions of what kind of sweetener or coffee creamer I can use with this particular coffee, because I think this is going to be my brand from now on. And a matter of fact, I know it's going to be my brand from now on. Let me know in the comments. And speaking of comments, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, share this broadcast to everybody, and hit the subscribe button, because we're on the road to 1,000 by Labor. No, F that. We're on the road to 2,000 by Labor Day. I've seen many people do it, and I know we can do it here too. All right, that's my live product review of Mexican coffee blend. Wow. I'm totally hooked. I am totally hooked. I'm totally hooked. Let me send a shout out to the folks at WIRU in my home, WIRUDB in my hometown of Chicago, WRRG, RDB, I beg your pardon, WRDB for the folks in Youngstown, Ohio, picking us up. Thank you to WLEO 26.7 out of Baltimore, Maryland, for picking us up as well. KSRN, Phoenix, Arizona. That's just a part of our building international radio network that's picking us up and shining the light on Snowman in the Morning and Snowman Multimedia. Here we go to the Fanatics feedback zone, where David 3000, David St. Dennis, will join us at the top of the hour, the real All-Star Game Day. Better believe it. See you in an hour, he says. Ryan McCoffey joins us, says, good morning, Snow Crew. It'll be entertaining to see when Dusty Baker visits Garrett Cole at the mound, or if he lets him pitch more than 2 innings. Hawk TV is with us, says, good morning. Vlad Jr. was fire, and he was one of the finalists I picked. I picked him versus Luis Robert in the finals, but Robert got beat by Randy Arozarena. Very, very good contest last night for the home run derby. Vlad Jr.'s success shows why having a father in a child's life is vital. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I'm a product of that because Dad told me to chase my dreams. He was the first one to do so. Good morning, Victor. Good morning, family, to you. Bernardo RC says, good morning, rise and shine from Arizona. And we got to talk, my friend, because there's a few questions I need to ask you. Ryan McCoffey joins us again. Eat a small piece of dark chocolate and then take a sip of the coffee. Then you really get the chocolate notes. I will try that. And Victor, one more time, try liquid stevia. It's a natural sweetener. I use it instead of sugar. I will fish for that today. Thank you all for the wonderful, wonderful suggestions. Thank you to Invader Coffee. Thank you to Ryan McCoffey, aka Ryan McCarthy, for sending me this gift. I am absolutely in love with this blend, the Mexican chocolate blend, and I am absolutely in love with Invader Coffee. That's our product review. That's our visit in the feedback zone. And now to business. Vladimir Guerrero has made history. Just like his dad in 2007, Toronto Blue Jays first baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. powered his way through T-Mobile Park to win the 2023 Home Run Derby. The runner-up in 2019, Guerrero Jr. knocked 25 home runs in the final round against Rays outfielder Randy Arozarena's 23 to win the event. It also marked the first in Derby history as Guerrero Sr. and Guerrero Jr. became the first father-son duo to have a home run derby. Besides Arozarena and Guerrero Jr., the biggest highlight was hometown kid Julio Rodriguez, who in front of a raucous crowd, a sold-out crowd, by the way, hit 41 dingers in the first round, making history with the most homers in one round in Derby history. Man, and Guerrero's longest in the final round was 445 feet. If y'all watched the Home Run Derby last night, it was something. This contest, matter of fact, I have a tie between the Home Run Derby and the NHL skills competition as the best. The NBA and NFL suck with their all-star festivities. They absolutely suck. I heard it. I said it. And I hope y'all heard it. This piece of history, and it is history, ladies and gentlemen. It's history to see a father-son duo both have home run derby titles. And Hawk TV made a point, a very, very good point, that it's vital to have a father in a child's life, especially when it comes to baseball. Over the years, I've seen the number of children participating in baseball lessen, and I'm wondering why is that the case? Well, there's no father around. That's as simple as it gets. But this right here made me cry. It made me cry because seeing Vladimir Guerrero Sr. win a home run derby and now Vladdy Jr. winning a home run derby, it does something to you. And I'll tell you what, Vladdy Jr. is every bit of his daddy. Every bit of his daddy. The only difference between Junior and Senior that I've seen is that Junior is just a tad more patient at the plate. Vladdy Sr. will swing at anything. In fact, I have seen Vladimir Guerrero Sr. hit a ball that bounced in front of the plate and knock it into right field for a single. Okay? And you know Vladdy Sr. has power on top of power on top of power. Man, Vladdy Jr. is every bit of his dad with the powerful swings that he was taking last night. every bit of his dad, even in front of Julio Rodriguez, the hometown kid who thought to um thought he was going to get to the finals. It would have been great. It would have been absolutely great to see um Julio Rodriguez get to the finals. But my pick for the home run derby was Vladdy Jr. And when I saw the bracket, of the participants in the home run derby, and I wasn't even going to watch. I wasn't even going to pay attention to the home run derby. Man, please. To see what some of these sluggers did, including Luis Robert, who was my pick to go to the finals, and actually he was my pick to win the damn thing. My second pick was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I would love to have seen that contest, but Randy Arozarena came through in the semifinals. And each of these players has a unique swing. Each of the players that participated in the home run derby has a very unique swing. Very unique. But I love the home run derby. I love it. And this is much better. This contest, this All-Star contest is much better than what the NBA offers and what the NFL offers. In fact, there are some days when I look at the NBA All-Star festivities and I'm thinking, what the hell are they? Exactly. My partner in crime, Cole Johnson, is here with that greeting. Good morning, my friend.
Thank you. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to the Fanatic Feedback Zone and to those who are listening and watching. Good morning, everybody.
I will take the NHL and Major League Baseball's All-Star festivities any day of the week over what the NBA and the NFL offers.
And there was somebody, and I saw, Lord have mercy.
Uh-oh.
As I was perusing social media.
The hell were you doing that for?
Thank you, Wise. I actually happened upon a mental midget.
Another one?
Actually, yeah. Actually is quote,
oh dear.
Well, you know, the slam dunk competition is actually a better all around event than the MLB's home run derby. Close quote.
And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled "You Are Trippin',"
featuring Red Fox.
Bitch, please.
Salute to my partner and executive producer for Snowman Multimedia. And a salute to those watching on BS3 TV as well as CS TV.
Thank you.
Really? They actually think this iteration, and I'm being nice when I use that word, of the slam dunk contest, which has been boring since 1988.
And this year's has been the most exciting since probably 2016. I mean,
you see me shaking my head, right?
Mm-hmm. Meaning, when did we talk about the event further than Sunday?
We didn't.
Yeah. So this year's was the most exciting. Not saying that I liked it. As you all know, you can go to Cole Sports and you can hear my rant on the No Star Weekend.
Which is a legendary rant, by the way, that I kind of borrowed the next day and I took it and ran with it.
This year's slam dunk competition is probably the most exciting since 2016. The second most exciting, probably, and I hate to say this about Quentin Richardson because unfortunately his two championships basically are overlooked, and it's unfair because that dude can dunk.
Yeah, you can.
But the second most exciting since Vince Carter's coronation 2000. And no, don't give me the Nate Robinson versus Dwight Howard stuff. It was okay.
You said it exactly right. It was okay.
But it definitely didn't eclipse how it was from the mid to the late 80s. And for people to think that this is okay for an event that's supposed to showcase the best of the best, please, no.
But see, this home run derby with hometown hero Julio Rodriguez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.,
And
Luis Robert.
And he shined bright, Julio Rodriguez. Kudos to you, bro.
He's going to
shine
be,
bright.
He's their future slugger.
Yeah.
He's their future slugger, and
Yeah.
he's in the right place.
Yeah,
because
the future's very bright for the Mariners because of him.
We've said, I should say, this about the city of Seattle, and they put on a very festive event. This is the first time they've hosted All-Star since 2001.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah.
They blew the place up, and I love it. Now, if the NBA had a set of balls, they would have their next All-Star game in Seattle. Period. You could have an All-Star game. Listen, NBA, if you can have an All-Star game in a non-NBA city like Las Vegas,
I was about to say, didn't they have one in Las Vegas?
Nobody watched that mess.
I was about to say, didn't they have one in Las Vegas? I'm like, yeah.
Riddle me this. With all the hoopla they put, 2007 was the year. With all the hoopla they put into the All-Star game in Las Vegas, why did the crowd sound like they were at a funeral?
Because when you paper a stadium. Oh, I'm sorry.
You said it right.
I know I said it
right. They papered the Thomas and Mack Center.
Yeah, I know I said it right, but I think for those who might not understand what I mean when I say by paper, I mean when they basically when I guess a conglomerate buys all the tickets. And then they just get anybody and their mama to just sit in seats and say, "Come on, you don't have to pay a thing. The seat's already paid for. Here's your ticket. All you have to do is just sit in the arena. We want to give the appearance that the game is sold out." Which, if you have that happen, that gives forth an antiseptic crowd, and that is what you received.
Which led to how the lighting looked. Why was the lighting dark at the seating area?
Dark. Yeah, dark everywhere except the court. Yes.
They want to give like and I've seen a lot of NBA courts doing this now, save Chicago and save San Francisco and a couple of others.
Yeah, Barclays does this all the time, and the Lakers do it all the time too.
But see, Barclays Center sucks.
Oh, wow.
Barclays Center is worse than the Shadow Realm.
Look,
I would not.
Just because
I've seen tours of that joint.
Just because
and I'm not going in there.
Just because Rebel Without a Pause is no longer playing for the Nets. Man, that's cold.
Barclays Center sucks. I said it. Barclays Center sucks. The Nets should move back to New Jersey and take up residence in the Prudential Center until they get a place. Or
don't say that to today's NBA fan.
Oh, I've said that and more. And I will say it here again. What have the Nets done since they moved to Brooklyn? I'll answer that in 4 words. Not a darn. There you go. What have they done since moving to Brooklyn? Not a darn thing. They couldn't even host an all-star game. They hosted the three-point contest and the slam dunk contest, whatever the hell you want to call it, in 2015. MSG hosted the all-star game in 2015, you fools. Listen. What does the Barclays Center stand for? The dumbest decision the Nets have ever made. Wait a minute. Second dumbest. There's the Kyrie Irving thing. There's the Ben Simmons thing.
I was going to say that actually might be third dumbest. 1 and 1A. Having Kyrie fool the Nets brass thinking they're going to win a championship with him. And then trading Harden for Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. What the were y'all thinking?
Remember, Ben Simmons was LeBron James 2.0.
Who told this lie? I'm not even screaming today. Who told this lie?
That was the talk. You heard this. He's 6'10". He has the ability of a point guard. He has great handles. He has wonderful court
Can't
vision.
shoot worth a flying lie.
Well, so the comparison is warranted.
What am I looking for here? For those of you who still believe in Ben Simmons,
You fool!
for those of you who believe in Ben Simmons, you're still taking a massive. When I say massive, I mean just that. I would say the fourth numbers. Don't forget they sold the rights
And to Dr.
to
J,
Dr.
when they were
J
the
to Philadelphia after joining the
Philly.
NBA. And what did Dr. J do in 1983?
Win a chip. Yeah.
Something the Nets will never do again. Victor Wembanyama's summer league is over after 2 games. Oh, we're going in on this. Snowman in the morning with Cole Johnson. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Cause we take this job so serious.
The f*** is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies. What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Yeah, baby. It is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. And Cole, I bow to you for the thumbnail you made.
Oh, thank you.
Can you send that to me like as a blueprint?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because I want to be involved with the show, just hosting it, and you're the executive producer, so I have to ask your permission, which I don't mind doing. Hell, I asked your permission to borrow Brown Sexual Confessions, which y'all will see tomorrow. But I'm a creation junkie. I need that blueprint so I can work on what the key story will be for the next show and send it to you, and you send it out to everybody. And I'm getting a rhythm on how to send everything out. Do me a favor, y'all. Subscribe to Cole Sports. Let's get this man monetized as well, so he can do what we're doing, and we can turn YouTube upside down with some great content. All right, and let's get Comey Media monetized as well. I did it, and I want them to do it also. That's my brother. I love you very, very dearly. I mean, he's one of the people that really stays on me about how to do this. He's got more experience than I in a shorter amount of time, but you know what? I will use that experience shamelessly to make things better here. Now to business. 38 after the hour. The San Antonio Spurs decide that Victor Wembanyama's summer league is over after 2 games. And while I'm saying subscribe, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to Snowman Multimedia on YouTube. The drive toward 2000 is on, and I'm looking at Labor Day to pull it off. But Victor Wembanyama's summer league is over after 2 games. So he doesn't get the reps.
That's right.
He doesn't get to play in real NBA competition, if you want to call it that. His summer league is over. By a show of hands, who saw this coming? Thank you.
I know a network that don't like it.
Say again.
I know a network that's angry. I know
a network that is PO'd. Beyond PO'd.
That means summer league period is over.
Greg Popovich is playing chess,
as he always does,
while ESPN is playing checkers. Wait a minute. Let me borrow from a popular YouTuber. Greg Popovich and the Spurs organization is playing chess, while that certain network that shoved LeBron James in our face is playing Candyland.
Not Candyland.
I'm old and I'm old school. Can't help it.
Oh, I'm not complaining on that, but it's just I find it funny. I love it.
He wants Wembanyama to get in the gym, get stronger, and get ready for an 82-game season, which means weights, which means cardio. And don't get me wrong, folks. I have been critical of Wembanyama since I saw a couple of games he played in France. And with the 2 games he played in Summer League, the same problems arose, even with his 27-point game. His footwork is off. His passing skills are a little bit skittish. And I know a lot of that is nerves. I know that because the most heralded player, I'll speak correctly one day, since you know who. But I'm going to be honest. Hey, there's a novel concept. Big networks. Be honest with your opinions. He hasn't shown me anything. Can you put one of those in the chat for my channel also?
Already have.
Okay. But he hasn't shown me anything. When he run, and I know he's 7'3" or 7'4", and I know when he runs, sometimes, and I'm emphasizing and capitalizing the word sometimes, He glides. I get that. I get the strides are different with a fellow that's over 7 feet
That's
tall.
right?
Saw it with Shaquille O'Neal. Saw it with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Saw it with Robert Parrish.
Mm-hmm.
But let me pose a question, partner, and pose it to the chat as well. Given the Hall of Fame centers that I just named, Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Robert Parrish, Keem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, all of those guys are 7 feet. Tim Duncan, 7 feet tall and up. 7 feet tall and up. All those are Hall of Famers. And you've seen how they run, you see how they play, and you see how they sprint, especially Olajuwon, to get back on defense. Why is Victor Wembanyama so slow?
All right.
Am I wrong in that assessment? Am I wrong?
I can't say you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't go not saying you're wrong. I wouldn't go so far as to say slow, but I get what you mean. Because this is the issue that I have with, when people give me this, you have this old man get off my lawn takes when it comes to basketball. This is now a positionless era. We don't have the little man running the team, and we don't have the big man just had to be both put in the post, and we don't necessarily need to have a guy at the perimeter and a guy who shoots mid-range jumpers, and a guy who basically is pretty much the rebounding guy. You don't have those assigned roles to a basketball team anymore. Now you have diverse players. You have diverse thinking. Now you have diverse skill sets. And so you can have, so when you see someone like a Kevin Durant, who is not quite 7 foot, but he's 6'10", has a 7-foot wingspan, who can take you off the dribble, who can shoot jumpers, who has an unlimited range, who can take you in the hole if he wants to, and does have some good post-up moves when he wants to display them.
Yeah.
When you're Victor Wembanyama and you see someone like a Kevin Durant, you're thinking, oh, I think I could do that. And you want to emulate it. The thing is, to me, Durant doesn't move like a center. And he never has.
No.
He
Durant
actually
runs.
Yes. He actually moves like basically like a smaller front court guy, which normally that's what you would want out of your small forwards. Or shooting guards, but small forwards in his case.
And that's
you want him to run up and down, and he moves in a way that is not lumbering. It's not sluggish. It's not.
You want a guy like Kevin Durant to fly up and down the floor, and he does.
Right. Yeah,
he does. He plays a different position for all those mental midgets that want to bring Kevin Durant into the conversation. We're talking about center. We're not talking about a forward here.
And here is the biggest problem. And I actually said this to a colleague of mine. Okay. I said, Victor, he plays he plays as if he thinks he's a 3. I wouldn't even say a stretch 4, because he said that he plays like a stretch 4. I'm like, no, he doesn't play like stretch 4. He plays like he's a small forward. Because stretch forwards will actually show that sometimes he'll play in the paint, and sometimes he could dip out and and hit jumpers. Bill Laimbeer is the greatest example of that, and we have others that we could talk about.
Bill Laimbeer. Listen. I hated you, Bill Laimbeer, whenever you played the Bulls, but in inspecting your game while I was doing that, love your game, Bill Laimbeer.
So yeah,
and Bill Laimbeer played both ways.
Yeah. So he was a stretch 5. So.
Bill Laimbeer played both ways. I mean, he started at center. He can post you up, and his post game got better over the years.
Yes, his post game, that's the scary part.
Beginning in the mid '80s, when Chuck Daly acquired him, his post game got better.
That's
because the right coach got in his head. This is the situation we have right now with Victor Wembanyama, and I'm glad they shut him down because physically, and I mean this. Listen to me carefully. Physically, he's not ready.
He just doesn't have it.
He doesn't. He doesn't have it. And again, what did I say? Greg Popovich is playing chess while ESPN is playing Candyland. And today's NBA fan is playing Candyland.
Not even checkers. I love that.
Not even checkers. That's being nice.
I know.
With that 4-letter network and with how do you say it? Today's NBA fan.
Today's NBA fan. Mm-hmm.
That they're playing Candyland. They're not even playing checkers. They don't know how to play checkers. Go on, please.
And speaking of today's NBA fan, so as I was perusing social media,
again, didn't I tell you about that?
Yes, Wise, you told me about that. Now stop with the F Boston rants.
No, keep those rants coming because I got a few about because I got one about the Cubs today.
Oh gosh. As soon as those clowns saw the 9.8 rebound performance,
the 9-pernt,
yeah, the 9-pernt, 8 rebound performance. As soon as they saw that, you all saw today NBA fan go, quote,
"Oh dear,
this buster's a bust." B-U-S-T exclamation point. Close quote. And I'm saying to myself, after one exhibition game, a game that's not even in the preseason,
nope.
This is the first time he's ever really touched an NBA court, and you're going to call him a bust now? I thought you were supposed to give a person a sample size of 3 to 4 years before you do hit the bust label on them, if possible.
This is today's NBA fan. All right.
Yeah. And then of course when he put forth the performance he did the next game, which is I think it was 27 points and 13 rebounds. Then it went from bust to okay, possible talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to myself, this is par for the doggone course. What do you expect this guy to do?
Well, you know what
very
they
few. Yeah, very few.
You know what they expect him to do? This is look. This is easier from a lob from Larry Mishaw to Akeem Olajuwon, and yes, I'm referencing my buddy's University of Houston Phi Slamma Jamma. One of the those Houston Cougars are one of the teams I loved. All right, let me just let me just be real about it. But come on, you know how today's NBA fan thinks. Who do you think in terms of basketball? And I'm gonna lob this. Let me think. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna go real old school. I'm gonna lob this to you from Magic Johnson to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Who do you think on social media who do you think? Which set of fans do you think rules on social media today?
As if you have to ask that question.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
I rest my case.
What makes it even worse?
Oh, there's more?
Well, along that front too. What makes it even worse is that you now hear them talk about on the other end, well, you haven't seen a guy this old put forth this performance, and you haven't seen a guy when he came into the league put forth the performance he did. And I'm saying to myself, okay, yes, I get it. Skips college, straight from high school to the pros, he gives you 25 and 5. Good. The only person I could think of that was in the same neighborhood in the ballpark, and he actually did a little better, is Moses Malone. So you can't expect
a Finals MVP and a Hall of Famer, by the way,
right? And a 3-time MVP guy. So you can't. And people gloss over that of Moses Malone. We won't, but
we don't. No, more to the point, we don't.
Yeah. People think that if you're being drafted now out of whatever, unless it's college and you've played 4 years in it, then you automatically should give triple double performances. No, you have a growth period, and this is the reason why I have championed and have always said that the NBA needs to have an age limit.
Mm-hmm.
Because half of the roster is filled with people who aren't really ready and aren't really, to me, mature enough to handle the grind that is the NBA.
Yep.
Because you got projects like Victor Wembanyama that is on the bench. And they're not ready until 21. So I had a guy who was a huge Kobe fan and said, well, what about Kobe? I was like, you're proving my point. What did he do when he what did he do when he was 18?
Mm-hmm.
You saw him end his rookie season by throwing up 3 air balls in the playoff game.
But unlike some of the other rookies, he figured out what the problem was.
Yeah. Now he's a little different. And he's on the more mature end of that.
Yeah.
So he learned that lesson. He had his moment the next All-Star game. And then he started to find his rhythm as an NBA player in his 3rd year. And then in his 4th year, of course, he was ready to take over. And he won a championship with Shaq at the age of 21.
21.
So it's like, you proved my point for me, Kobe fan. I'm like, a 21-year-old is more ready to handle the grind in the NBA than a 19 and a 20, a 19, and definitely an 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Just is. Anomalies are what Moses Malone and LeBron James are. But you cannot expect someone like Victor Wembanyama to pick up the game like that.
And Kevin Garnett also.
Yeah, well, Kevin Garnett, he's slowly running to form too.
Yep.
Similar to Kobe.
But the point is, it took a while.
Yeah, it took a while. You can't expect Victor Wembanyama to all of a sudden be like Nikola Jokic in his prime.
But see, we're talking about today's NBA fan, are we not? We're talking about today's NBA fan.
Mm-hmm.
Big ass problem. Sorry about that. Big problem. They don't study. How many times have we said that?
Plenty.
They don't study their history. How many times have we said on this here program, they don't study their history? And yeah, I'm calling all y'all out because I was perusing social. Put the graph.
I got it. Please. Go ahead.
Because I was perusing social media for once.
Didn't I tell you about that?
I'm sorry, Wise. And I found
I told you about that.
I know. I found the same damn comments about Wembanyama, and directed toward me. People were saying he's not going to be a bust. He's going to be a champion this year. Are you out of your bleeping mind? You heard me. You heard what I said.
Why the f you lying? Why you always lying?
What part of Wembanyama's game would give anybody the thought process that the Spurs are going to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy in June of 2024? Oh my God!
Once again, who are we talking about?
Goodness gracious! But they just so brain dead, man. Brain dead.
Mental freaking midgets. Mental midgets.
I can't even put it at the feet of today's NBA fan at times. I'm like, come on, you're 2, 4, 6, however many eyes you need. Can see that this guy's not ready, and that team isn't either.
No.
Oh my gosh. The only person in that organization that's ready for a championship is Popovich, because he has coached them to 6 and has won 5. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah. Brian Will joining us this morning. I believe he's from San Antonio. Good morning to you. Spread the word to your friends. And
your boy BSG sent you. Cool.
Subscribe to the channel. And BGS will break something down for us, because whenever we have him on, because he's out in California, so I know he's not up early. Right. But when we have him on, and we've had him on twice, we've gone off the rails, but B, he's the master teacher for a reason.
He's I don't mind if we go off the rails if you have somebody who is knowledgeable like he is. I'm cool with that.
Same here. All right, 58 after the hour, headed toward the top of the hour. And Brian, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com. Throw this in the chat for me if you will, please. Patreon.com/SDM Sports. Radio Network. I'm going to step aside for an extended break, but we have David St. Dennis and Jason DeCanio coming at the top of the hour. So we will be back with the top of the hour. Hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson is on the way after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you talk, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2 was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it. What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now.
The following is a public service announcement from David 3000.
Yankees suck.
This has been a public service announcement from David 3000.
The madness that happens every morning. Hey, folks, looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you log on and use the code Snowman, that's me, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. And now it's time for the weekly baseball report with David 3000 as he joins us on the Invader Coffee Hotline. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Doing well, and Jason will not be here, but he'll be back next Tuesday.
Okay.
So I want to ask you guys, what did you think of the home run derby last night?
I loved it.
Oh, it was awesome. I think
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. That's all I got to say.
I think you seriously. I think in that event, you really could not have. Seattle could not have had the event go any better in that city. It could not have gone any better than it could have. You had history. You had history made, and you had one of your own absolutely sparkle.
Man, did you ever? I mean, he's going to be a future home run derby champion. I'm saying that now. He's going to be a future
because he showed up in L.A. last year. So yeah,
he did.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. And the fellow who finished as a fellow who finished as a runner-up won the thing, marking history that the first father-son duo won the home run derby.
Yeah, and also, like, this is way better than the 3-point contest. And plus,
that's not even a question.
Yeah,
can you say that again, please?
And the 3-point competition in NBA is the best.
The Kingdom.
And the 3-point competition in NBA is the best event that they hold in terms of an exhibition. And yes, I agree. And please say it again, sir.
This is way better than the 3-point contest.
Yes.
Baseball does it right when it comes to those competitions with the All-Star break, and same with the All-Star game. The only thing I will say the NBA does good at is the celebrity one. But other than that, like, there's no point, because only baseball does these things right when it comes to the All-Star break. And plus, the crowd was in it as well. Unlike the NBA, the crowd was actually in it.
Yes, thank you. The crowd definitely, 44,000 plus were at full throat the entire night. It didn't matter who was at the plate. Didn't matter who was taking swings for the home run derby. You had 44,000 people behind all 8 competitors. Now, the biggest roar, of course, came for Julio Rodriguez. He's the hometown kid. He plays for the Seattle Mariners.
For the last 10 years.
But 44,000 people. I'll say it again, NBA. I'll say it again, NBA. I'll say it again, NHL. 44,000 people at full throat for every swing of the bat.
Yeah, every swing. And they booed Pete Alonso because they were in it to the game, and 2, he's already got 2 home run derby champs. They wanted Julio to get him out of there, I mean, this could be the lack of All-Star attending the NBA All-Star weekend.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah.
And I like how you did not mention NFL, because they suck a lot. They don't do that anymore.
Look, they turned the Pro Bowl into a flag football game.
Look, the NFL knows that when it comes to exhibitions like that and events like that, they run a far fourth. I mean, a distant fourth to MLB, NBA, and NHL.
Very distant.
They know that.
Yes, they do. I
you know what's bad though? They don't mind running a distant fourth, because they're going to do what they want, and they're going to do what they want to do. It ain't a matter of what they need to do. They're going to do what they want to do, and they put on the worst of the All-Star of the 4 All-Star games, the absolute freaking worst.
The benefits of being the professional league that earns the most money in North America.
Yep.
That they don't even have to care about putting forth a Pro Bowl, or if they do put on a Pro Bowl, it's and then if they put on a skills competition, it's like, oh, good Lord, you ripped off every other one of the major professional sports leagues.
Yes. Before I go to the All-Star game, I actually want to show you something that I got this past weekend. I was at my grandparents' house because they were cleaning the house, and they gave me the a baseball from the 50s.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Very
And-
nice.
And I can tell you right now, the autographs on here, I can name you two of them: Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle.
Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, that ball be worth a lot.
Yeah. So the lineups for today, I'll start with the National League. Ronald Acuña Jr., Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, J.D. Martinez, Nolan Arenado, Luis Ariz, Son Murphy, Corbin Carl, and Orlando Garcia. Then for the American League, we have Marcus Semien, Shohei Ohtani, Randy Rosina, Corey Seager, Yandy Diaz, Otis Garcia, Austin Hayes, Charles John, and John Ham. What do you think has the better advantage, the American League or the National League? Because the American League, for the past decade plus, has won every All-Star game. But do you think with the National League of players of Acuña Jr., Freddie Freeman, Mickey Betts, etc., have the advantage of winning the All-Star game despite the fact Ohtani is in the American League, but of course he's not 100% healthy? What do you guys think?
It's even. It's even. Because for the simplest of reasons, and this has been true ever since I started watching the MLB All-Star game, you got the best of the best of the best.
That's what the NBA doesn't do.
That's certainly what the NBA doesn't do. I mentioned the two leagues in terms of the All-Star game and All-Star weekend festivities. I mentioned the two leagues that got it right: Major League Baseball and the NHL. Major League Baseball and the NHL, they got it right. And in terms of constructing their rosters, if you want to put on a midseason showcase, I'm looking at you, NBA, for what I'm going to talk about next. You want the best of the best of the best of the best of the best to showcase that weekend. The NBA fails miserably. The NFL, good God, don't get me started. The NHL got it right lately, and Major League Baseball got it right. They got it right. So in answer to your question, it's even because you got the best of the best all the way around. You got the best of the best all the way around. So it's tough picking one side who may have an advantage because you never know who's going to wind up being the hero.
Yeah.
I'll take you back to 87 when the game was in Oakland in front of a full house at the Oakland Coliseum. Who expected that game to go 13 innings?
Nobody.
Who expected that game to go that long?
Exactly.
Man, my grandmother was upset with me because I watched that game all the way until the final out.
Wow.
And I had to go to camp the next morning. She was upset with me.
Oh, and
because it ended what? Central Time beyond midnight?
It definitely was midnight.
It was beyond midnight when it ended because I watched it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother came upstairs and she says, "What are you watching?" I'm like, All-Star game. And she just peeks in my room. She goes, "It's still on?" Yep. And a play at the plate decided the game.
Yep.
In the 13th inning, a play at the plate decided the game. The final score, if my brain remembers correct, and Cole, I need you to look this up and verify. I believe the final score was 2-0.
Yeah,
American League.
A low-scoring game. No, national.
And we don't know if the All-Star game this year is going to be a blowout or not, because that's what happened back in 2018.
Yep. Yeah, it was a blowout. and it was National League winning 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
final score was 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about 2018 when the American League won it, not the National League. But yeah, so who knows if it's going to be blocked or not. For me, I don't know. With looking at the lineups here, even though Otani's in there, Rosarina, well, the starting pitchers are Zach Gallen and Garrett Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have a feeling that the National League is going to come back.
I don't know.
That's my guess. Because if you look at the lineup here, they have some, players like Acuna, Freeman, Betts, JD, Murphy. It's a deep lineup. Same with, yes, they're both even, especially with Otani being in the American League. He's not 100% healthy, but I don't know. Anything can happen tonight.
I'm looking at the box score from the 87 All-Star game. Let me mention some names that will bring back us. I know for Cole, it'll bring back some memories. The winning pitcher was Lee Smith.
Mm-hmm.
The losing pitcher was let me bring Chris Berman into this. J. Thurston B. Howell.
Mm-hmm.
And the save, ready for this name? Sid Fernandez.
Yep.
Sid Fernandez of the New York Mets.
It
was scoreless after 12 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Tim Raines got on somehow.
Ozzie Virgil started with a single off of Jay Howell. Lee Smith struck out trying to bunt wearing a Montreal Expos helmet instead of his Cubs helmet because he forgot to bring it. Brooks followed with a single. Willie McGee lined after the second out of the inning, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to be scoreless going to the bottom of the inning. Nope. Tim Rock Raines, a 2-run triple was the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the final, 2-0. 13, it was 13, one of the most wonderful innings I ever saw in my life. And I love it.
Baseball the way it was supposed to be played. Yep.
Baseball the way it was supposed to be.
Yep.
And the MVP was Tim Raines.
Yep.
Tim Raines was the MVP.
Yep, that was old school baseball back.
Yeah, it was. Listen to the pitching. You want to hear the pitching matchup?
Go for it.
Brett Saberhagen from the Royals and Mike Scott from the Houston Astros.
Mike Scott.
Mike Scott. The man who delivered a no-hitter against the Giants a year earlier to clinch the National League West.
And the only guy to shut down that 86 Mets lineup.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bob Nepper shut it down for 8 innings in Game 6, and then the 9th inning happened.
Yep. But just so we're clear, Garrett Cole is not the reason why I picked the National League. It's just that I have a feeling I've seen these guys in National League play, like Acuna, Freeman, McGee, JD, Arenado, Arise with him batting at 400 or almost there. That makes a difference. So it's even, but like I said, the reason why I picked National League is not because of Garrett Cole, or how I don't really like Kim Percussion, of course. But I don't know. It's just by looking at the guys in National League, that's why I picked National League tonight. But anything can happen. And by the way, I am glad that Guerrero Jr. won the home run derby last night, even though I kind of wanted Julio to win. But Guerrero Jr. did not win the home run derby back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Came back and did it the same way that his father did years ago, back in 2010, I believe. So, shouts to him, and that was a great one of the great home run derbies we've seen in recent time.
Man, it's one of the best. The power is over 3,000 with David 3000 joining us here as he does at the top of hour 2 every Tuesday. Jason will be back next week, and it's the baseball report from the David 3000 Network. Thank you, my friend, so very much. We love you. Thanks for coming on.
And one more question before I go. I'm gonna stick with one baseball game for play-by-play every Sunday afternoon. If that's it for now.
Yep.
All right.
310 or 410 depends on the game. So it's the hashtag is Sunday afternoon baseball.
All right, and you're not doing the WNBA or any other things, just baseball.
Right now, no.
Okay.
No.
Well, don't forget we have a big meeting coming in August. We'll get
all right
together and we'll talk about because the fall, not just for us content creators, it's going to be exchange, but for sports as well with the football season, college football, etc.
All right. All right. We'll get it together. Thanks, Dave.
Mm-hmm. See ya.
See you.
Man, doing that game, Pittsburgh and Arizona, Sunday afternoon baseball, that's going to be the hit for me. And I'm getting a word from Shady Sports Network that McLeod Bethel Thompson may be returning to the CFL. Ooh! 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 Hey, Sam, which team do you think he'll sign with? Do the Argonauts still have his rights? That's a question I may need to explore this afternoon because I love some McLeod Bethel Thompson. We'll see how it goes. A break, and when we come back,
I'll lay out and let you grow. Unfortunately,
why Northwestern? Why?
Unfortunately, we'll be addressing the Northwestern hazing scandal, and now the ripple effects are continuing. Back into
Yep.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Back here on Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. That's Cole Johnson. I'm Brian Snow, and I'm going to save the Pat Fitzgerald rant for this afternoon. Okay. I'm going to save it for this afternoon because if I start it now, it's going to be 20 minutes past, and I want to try to keep on task as best as I can. And I have you to thank. I have you to thank for that. I have Tom O'Boyle to thank for that, and I got the folks in the Fanatic Feedback Zone to thank for that. And
well, we'll make this quick programming note then. If you want to follow the Brian Snow Show, catch it 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, where he will talk about the unfortunate happenings of Northwestern head football coach Pat Fitzgerald being relieved of his duties. And it's unfortunate that this is the case of this hazing situation and the fallout from it. Brian will talk further about that this afternoon. But yes, unfortunately, yesterday, Pat Fitzgerald is now no longer the head coach of the Northwestern football program.
Yeah. If you could make a banner for that and flash it across the screen before we get out of here, that would be great. But I will lead off with that.
Okay.
And I am going to warn y'all right now, buckle up. That's all I'm going to say. Buckle up. Because y'all know I'm a Northwestern fan. I've been a Northwestern fan since 1995. I've loved Pat Fitzgerald from his playing days to his coaching days. And then all this happens. I'll talk about it all at 4:00 today.
In fact, in laying out the slate, I'll let you cook. I'll give you the first 2 segments to do it.
Sweet. And you have the sample thumbnail I sent you?
Yes.
Run with it.
I got it. All right.
Run with it, and then send me the blueprint, and I'll use it for future thumbnails.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk some NFL, shall we?
Yeah.
Training camps are on the way. And DeAndre Hopkins still doesn't have a home yet. Oops. Dummy.
Now,
dumbass.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I say that aloud?
And I hate having to just let that go and not challenge it because
I think I know what's coming, but
you would think that
you just said the key word. You just said the key words.
You would think that the Cardinals, who are bereft of all sorts of talent,
and have been for a while, because I can't call Kyler Murray a top quarterback like today's NFL fan does.
You would
God
think
only knows why.
You would think that DeAndre Hopkins would easily have a roster spot there, but nope. That's not the case.
He opened his mouth and stuck his foot in it.
And that's after serving 6 games last year for a PED violation that he claimed that he didn't have a clue that what he took was on the banned list. And I will always go back to the same things I say about gambling. I say the same thing about PEDs. I know the Shield, if they don't have a representative stand in front of every team and say it, it's either a representative of the team saying it, or they have literature that is sent to them to their house, or it's disseminated in training camp or OTAs or anytime long before the season begins. It's saying, we know that you want to take care of your body as best as possible, but these are the substances you cannot take. And if you do, you will serve a suspension. I know this has to take place.
And it's outlined. It's outlined.
I know this is outlined. I know this is disseminated to them.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you have a veteran like him mess it all up and still get suspended for taking a substance he shouldn't. You
know what we should do. Beginning. Matter of fact, I'll let you title this and put it in the notes. Beginning Monday, we will take a segment and preview every team in the NFL. We'll do that. We'll preview every team in the NFL, and we'll do it by division. We'll do it by division. You know else why DeAndre Hopkins will not have a home this year? He opened his mouth and put his foot in it. Dummy.
And the thing is, the NFL has a climate that's perfect now for wide receivers.
Yes.
Teams cannot now have enough of them. So you would think you'd be led to assume that a guy that's as talented as DeAndre Hopkins could land anywhere.
No.
And here we are. What is it? July 11th?
July 11th.
So training camp is going to be beginning with many of these teams next week. and with other teams the week after, and he does not have a football home.
And he won't either. I will say that aloud, and I love saying it. He will not have a home because everywhere he's gone, you know what? I can make a couple of comparisons, and I'll make this one, and I know I'm going to make you laugh when I say it. Doesn't DeAndre Hopkins remind you of the woke people's champion?
And he wasn't like this. That's the thing.
No.
He wasn't like this.
No, he wasn't.
That's what I find frustrating. He actually was on the other end of the spectrum. He was the guy. He was soft spoken.
Yeah.
He fought for the little man. He'd be the first to say, "Look, I don't look for fights, but look, if you start one, I'll finish it." He was that type. So he'd be the type that we would get behind and say, "Okay, I'd cut for this guy." But that stint with Arizona messed him up. I don't know how, and I don't know whom, but it did.
I'll answer that question. Kyler Murray got in his head. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it carefully. And I know this is a conspiracy theory, but I don't care. Kyler Murray messed him up. Period. Kyler Murray messed him up. DeAndre Hopkins should have never been traded to the Arizona Cardinals. But that's Bill O'Brien's doing. That is Bill O'Brien's doing. That began the spiral downward for DeAndre Hopkins. Think about it. That began the spiral downward because you traded DeAndre Hopkins, one of your best receivers, the best receiver on the team.
He was best receiver on the team.
The best receiver on the team. And your biggest weapon saved Deshaun Watson. You broke up that offense, Bill O'Brien, which is why you were traded to Alabama after you got spanked the following year, 2020. You broke up that offense for what? To think you have a chance at Deebo Samuel?
This is the problem.
Today's today's NFL reporter wanted to tie Deebo Samuel to Houston. You read the reports throughout that whole thing, and I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Well, Deebo Samuel was crying." No, he wasn't. They were just off by numbers.
The only way Deebo Samuel's going to Houston is if they're playing the Texans. No.
It was said, and you know it was said because you brought it to me.
Yeah, and I
Who did they tie Deebo Samuel with? They tied Deebo Samuel with Houston. They tied him with Tennessee. They tied him with Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And they kept saying he's homesick. He wants to go home to South Carolina. You know what? And I said the entire time, Deebo Samuel is not going anywhere.
Yep, you did. And the moment when I saw the word homesick, and I saw, and I remembered that he came from South Carolina, I'm like, if he's homesick, that means he'd want to go to Carolina, and there is no way he would want to put on the Panthers jersey.
No, he was just homesick. That's all.
And
he was just homesick.
Yeah, and NFL players can be. They're like, okay, I need to go back home, and chill for a bit, and then come back to where I apply my trade. I mean, look, and you don't live in Chicago anymore. I don't live in Houston anymore.
No,
but Chicago to you is always going to be your hometown. Houston is always going to be mine.
Always.
And we're gonna have the pinch of I need to go back home just to get the feel of how things were for me and sort of ground myself and sort of have a back to basics type of thing. And then you get your fill of that. You're happy, you're satisfied, you're full, and then you go back to your home where you work. Because there is a reason why some other place is home. Go ahead, sir.
I had to do that after my mom died. And that gave me a Chicago rush when Jody and I drove to Chicago to my parents' house, which is now vacant. which was my childhood home. I stood in front of it. I sat on the porch. I made a video. I took a picture. Jody took a picture.
Mm-hmm.
I got back in the car looking at Jody and said, let's get the hell out of here and go home.
That's it. Let me go back. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said, let's get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you don't have to tell me twice. I started the car and zoomed out.
Mm-hmm.
We got in the car, started it up and zoomed out, stayed at my in-laws' house for the night. And the next day we packed up and was gone home. And at the time we were living in North Carolina. Man, do you know how much singing Jody and I did? Blasting the radio, opening the windows, driving from Chicago to North Carolina. Man, and you know this feeling. When we crossed the border from West Virginia into North Carolina, man, please. The next move we make, y'all will know all about it because I'm gonna do a vlog about it. I haven't done the one for vacation yet. I'm gonna make time this weekend to put that week together. And boy did we have fun. We went to Branson, Missouri. Let's pause for a break, and when y'all get back, we'll talk All-Star jerseys. And yes, I do have a Cubdom experience. Back in the deuce.
Too bad Playmaker's not here.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks. We are back here on Snowman in the Morning, 37 after the hour. Brian Snow here, Cole Johnson there. And you put this in the slate, and I'm glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
The players are split on wearing their team jerseys versus the league jersey. And that's in terms of the All-Star game. Let me get this in. Attention sports fans looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride. Speaking of which, look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite team. From jerseys to hats, accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Okay. Would you go league jersey or team jersey? I'd go team jersey.
I too would go team jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever, and it'd be just like how we were when we were children. Whoever, whichever league does the ballpark in which they play reside, they wear the white jerseys.
And
the opposite
will wear the road jerseys.
They wear the road jerseys. Yeah, that's I believe that's how it should be, because it was. I think it was. It made me, at least it made me appreciate the different players on the different squads more.
Right.
And it was great to see the jerseys that they wore representing their team. And I felt the same and I felt the inrush of pride of seeing a player on my team wearing the home or road jersey, whichever, but they were wearing my team's jersey on, to me, the biggest stage that wasn't the World Series that baseball has to offer. And I still feel that I think I would get that same rush now, although I am not a child. I'm a grown man now. I would get that same rush if I were to see a Jose Altuve or Yordan Alvarez or Framber Valdez, if they were to wear an Astros jersey. I would get that same rush, and they're displaying their skill set in an All-Star game.
And for me, Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, Tim Anderson, and back in the day, you know the name I'm going to give you, Frank Thomas. And by the way, little piece of trivia, the only player from the White Sox to ever hit a home run in an All-Star game, I just said his name, Frank Thomas. 1995 in Texas.
And you remember that sense of pride you got when
I did.
When you saw your guy wearing your team's uniform on that bigger stage, and the only bigger stage that you would want to see your guy play on would be October in the World Series.
Yep. And I got to see
and
that.
You received
we
that.
both got to see
10 years later.
You with the Astros, me with the White Sox. We both got to see our guys who were all-stars. In the World Series.
Yeah.
Take that.
So, and I get why MLB wants to wear jerseys that represent their leagues. I understand that, because you want to stamp, okay, this is the National League and this is the American League. I get that. And I'm not saying it's bad.
You put the team logo on the jersey.
Yeah.
You put the team logo on the jersey. I get that also, but
right.
It's not the same as
isn't
wearing
the
your
same.
team jersey.
No, it is not the same.
It's not the same like wearing your team jersey. It's just not it. Okay? Like you said, which Houstonian would not love to get the jersey of Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, Michael Tucker, or Framber Valdez? Which team would not love that? Or for me, like I said, Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, Tim Anderson, Jake Berger, and others. Who wouldn't be proud to sport their jersey? You know what you do? You do it old school. You bring your team jersey and you make sure you identify them as your all-stars.
Yeah.
And unlike the NBA and the NFL, hold down your ears, you actually have some all-stars participating. Because every player selected deserved to be an all-star this year. Every single damn player deserved to be selected for an all-star. Major League Baseball's voting got it right. They got it right.
Yeah.
And the Atlanta Braves and Texas Rangers had the most, and their teams are doing the most in their respective leagues.
And
period.
They got that right too. Yeah.
They did. They got that right. Because the Braves are all of that, and so are the Texas Rangers. Though the Texas Rangers, I think, are going to fall flat.
They are, but
they're gonna fall flat.
Yeah,
you know.
I think they are, but look, I'll give credit where it's due. Yes, I know the Astros belong in the same division as the Rangers do, but the Rangers they've had a wonderful first half, and
Yep.
I'll throw the question out there, but the answer is going to be real simple. Who saw the Texas Rangers have the first half that they were going to have from, I don't know, February or March? If you predicted that, who predicted the Rangers to have the first half of this year they've had in March?
Not
no one
I.
saw that. I didn't either. No one saw that.
Look, I still have Houston winning the division, but the Rangers
And I
could
still
very
do.
well run away with it. But the problem with the Rangers, no pitching.
Yeah, I would say I still do. I still have us winning it because of what you just said at the end. And to me, that Jacob deGrom setback, I think, is going to really hurt them.
And it's going to ruin their growth.
Yeah.
It's going to ruin their growth. One more break, and when we come back, I do indeed have a Cubdom experience, and you're only going to want to miss this one. With Cole Johnson, this is the Snowman, Brian Snow. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, presented by BetUS.com and Invader Coffee. We're back in the flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit GetAngelView.com. Order now.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
The f*** is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
I need that old background back. I need that old virtual background back that you made with the on-air sign. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action with live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props, parlays, fast payouts, exceptional one-to-one customer service. We've got it all. And when you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. And an official affiliate sponsor of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. 47 after the hour. We're just about out of here, but I'm going to do something I haven't done in a couple of weeks. I got a good one. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm ready now. All right.
Okay. This one takes place in downtown Chicago. No, change that. This one takes place at a place called GameWorks in Schaumburg, Illinois. And the roommate was with me. One day before my birthday, he decided that he was going to be nice and treat me to dinner. So he took me to GameWorks, and the Cubs game just happened to be on. Dear Lord. So he's watching the game. I said, the hell with this. I got up. And before anything, the order that I had, including an eating challenge, because it was a big, big fat burger. And if I could kill that and the fries in less than 30 minutes, I get $20 worth of games. The roommate decided to bet me and say that I wouldn't be able to do it. So he ordered that for me and ordered another one. And instead of water, like I asked for, he got me a king-size Coke and said that has to be included in the bet.
Oh, Lord.
Now, remember, 30 minutes to eat the thing. And the Cubs game was on in front of me.
Wonderful viewing.
Yeah. I ate that meal in 15 minutes.
Scoffed it down.
Oh, yeah. Enjoyed it, reviewed it, and didn't get $25 worth of games. I got 50 because I reviewed it. I reviewed it, and they gave me an extra set of games, which caused the roommate to look at me and go, "How did you do that?" Because I talk to people. You don't. Now, within this, I waited to go play my games, and some women showed up in the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Honey dips.
Decked out in Cub gear.
That's what I'm talking about. Honey dip. It don't matter what they're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You saw
Decked
honey
out,
dips.
They were decked out in Cub gear.
Honey dips and Cubs gear. Yeah.
So he looked at me and said, "I bet you I can go make them laugh and you can't."
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, boot up.
And I said, "Bring it on." So while the Cubs were busy losing to the Washington Nationals of all teams, they're losing to the Washington Nationals. He decides to go over to this group sitting in a booth and attempt to make the girls laugh.
Oh, yeah. Tickle their funny
Meanwhile,
bone.
I ordered another meal challenge, killed it,
right,
and got another $25 game card.
Stack them
I
cards
went
up.
Yep. I looked at him trying his best to make him laugh. And he took a spectacular, craptacular, vicious and when I say it was vicious, it was vicious. Because he came back and sat down and said all of them had an attitude and they don't know how to laugh.
Well,
I said, really? I looked at him and I said, "I will bet you a large beer that I can get them to laugh in 2 minutes." He said, "You're on."
See, I know who Voodoo could make laugh.
So he bet me a large beer. Like this. Only fatter. That I couldn't make that group of Cub fans laugh.
If you got the time, Voodoo's got your beer. I'm sorry.
So, I went over there. I studied the group first from afar.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I know what to do.
Make the move on them honey dips.
I said, yeah, I know what to do. I know what to do. And he said, okay, go try it. I bet you lose. I went over there. I spoke to them. And they were all in a fit of giggles. Matter of fact, they're all in a bit of fallout laughter.
You must have said something to the effect of, the clown that you just were entertained by or not entertained by. He thinks he's the most attractive man in the world.
I said something worse.
Okay, sir.
And what
so
I said was,
you said, quote,
don't that guy remind you of a typical Cardinals fan?
Close quote. Lord have mercy.
And they all fell out laughing.
So you went with the rival route. Wow.
I completely improvised. He saw them laughing, saw me, and a scowl appeared.
Did a beer appear is the question.
2 of them.
So you made another bet with you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
And the bet was that I couldn't get a kiss from one of them.
Oh, so you couldn't make them laugh. Now you couldn't get one of them to kiss you. Okay.
That's all right. Watch this. And I don't know what it is about short girls that love tall guys. I mean, hell, Jody's 5'2". Did I tell you anything? I walked over and the shortest one there stood up, looked at me and said, "Can I take a picture with you?" I'm like, okay, sure. That picture included a kiss on the cheek, which again floored him. I walked back to him and I said, "Give me my beer." Meanwhile, I had $75 worth of games. $75 for killing 2 meals and doing a review. So I said to Voodoo, I'm going upstairs and playing some old school games. See you later. And I did just that. So he lost not once, but not twice, but 3 separate times. And he never forgave me for that.
Oh, no.
He never forgave me for that because while I was in the midst of claiming my prizes, which included the beer, which included the game cards.
And I know it included the honey dip.
Oh yeah, the one that kissed me wound up being my date for the night.
Yeah.
So
she wanted that black pole, and then wanted to sample that black pole because she wanted to be beaten down with that black nightstick. Beat down.
And people say Cole doesn't deserve a radio show. Do y'all know the double entendres he's releasing right now? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your Cubdom experience for this Tuesday. I love you, but you're an idiot. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they are not big enough.
Good Lord. And Voodoo will never dream big again. Dream big, do bigger. That's what we're doing. That's what